Howdy, folks. I'm Little John wearing long johns,
I'm Amber.
and here's some irony. All right, folks, our first letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Leaving My Parents' House After They Invited My Ex to Thanksgiving? So, I live about 4 hours away from my parents, so I don't see them that often. And quite frankly, I don't mind being that far away from them for tons of reasons that are a little too personal to share. Driving all the way there was already exhausting, so I just wanted to settle in and get ready for dinner. First thing that happens was that I recognize a car that I hadn't seen in a while, at least 2 months. It was my ex's car, parked right there in the driveway next to my mother's. Well, a little backstory. My ex and I broke up when I found out that he cheated on me with two of my close friends for a good portion of our relationship. 2 out of 4 of those years. I moved, taking all of my things and my cat, just left without a word to anyone. You have to understand that I was completely devastated and I thought that he was the one. Anyways, I pull up and I see his car. Knowing that he was inside, I went in anyways to see my parents. When I go inside, I call for my mother, trying to limit the amount of times that I see my ex. My mom comes immediately and gives me a hug and asks if she could step outside to talk. Wrong choice. I ask her why my ex is here, and she responds with, I invited him. His parents are out of town, and he didn't have a place to go for dinner. Completely blown away that she did this, since she knew the reason why we broke it off. Stunned, I ask her to make a plate for me that I was just going to take to a hotel. She flips out and looks at me dumbfounded. Meanwhile, my ex just happens to come outside to smoke a cigarette just as my mother finally agrees to go make a to go container. Outside, he is now staring at me and not saying anything, which I was grateful for until he started to talk. He kept saying sorry and that he was lost without me, and all the BS stuff that cheaters say after they've been caught. My mom and dad step out with my food, so I'm just ready to go. My dad stops me and tells me that I'm being childish for leaving and not facing up to my ex, since he clearly wants forgiveness, because everyone who wants forgiveness, you're absolutely obligated to accept their apology. I got so mad and I yelled at all of them. I didn't even want to come. I knew something like this would happen, and that's why I'm leaving. You didn't need to invite him, but you did, even after all of the betrayal that he put me through. I was on the brink of tears, and my dad calls me a jerk, and I run to my car, dropping my food after stumbling down the front steps. I called some friends, and they said that I should have stayed for the sake of my parents, since I was definitely being a jerk. All right, folks. What do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Not the jerk. Your parents are being jerks here by inviting someone who betrayed
Yeah,
you.
I mean, are those friends? Do they happen to be the same friends who cheated on
Yeah.
you? Maybe all of your friends. Maybe he was in it with all of your friends, and just the two came out in the wash. I don't know. This is a pretty terrible situation.
hmm
So, I think that OP is certainly not in the wrong. I think I don't know where OP would possibly be in the wrong here.
Right. Well, in this whole, like, well, he clearly wants forgiveness. No, you are not obligated to forgive anyone who's wronged you,
Mm-hmm.
especially someone who has betrayed you so deeply. Like,
Yeah.
cheating on you with two of your closest friends. Like, that is just not cool behavior.
No, it really isn't. And the fact that your parents are somehow thinking that this is perfectly fine and acceptable is mind-boggling. So there is a comment here, and well, OP comments a lot in this, but the gist of it really is that he's rich.
Well, and that's really gross. The parents are like, "Oh, well, we just want you to marry a man with money,
Yeah.
like presumably this so it will benefit us." Like
Yeah.
that's just so slimy. Like OP's parents do better, be better.
Well, chances are that he probably even gave them lavish gifts while
Mm-hmm.
they were in their relationship, and so now they want those lavish gifts back. They don't want to lose out on those great Christmas and great, other benefits of having him part of the family.
Which, like, anyone who would want to put their child through endless heartache because, he's not going to stop this behavior.
Yeah.
Uh, just so they can keep getting well, and even if he did stop the behavior, OP doesn't have to forgive him, but he
No.
would be like, "Oh, yeah, kid, just go back with this cheating jerk because we want lavish gifts." Like, that's just so gross.
Yeah. Or he paid them off just now to be like, hey, if you let me stay for Thanksgiving, I'll give you money.
Like, the absolute best case scenario is that they want OP to be quote unquote taken care of.
Yeah.
But that's like the absolute best case. And that's still gross because he's not taking care of her. He's being a cheating jerk.
Yeah.
Like, and money is not like.
Well, and OP only found out 2 months ago, it sounds
Mm-hmm.
like, right? So this is a very recent breakup too. And it just to put her through the ringer like this is pretty awful in my opinion. So anyhow, take care and good luck, OP. And wow, my throwaway says, your mom is a huge jerk. I'd really like to know what her reasoning and logic was behind inviting him knowing what happened. And OP replies, she called me this morning and I quote, I do not know why you wouldn't get back together with him. He is so very well off and he could take care of you without having a job.
Gross.
Yeah,
Gross.
it's not
Like,
a good attitude.
well, and it's like. I just see the horrors of this situation, like, because Opie's mom seems to want Opie to, like, be a stay-at-home mom or something, and,
Mm-hmm.
like, imagine being trapped with this cheating jerk where he has all the financial control. Like, that is just no. Do
Yeah.
not sign up for this, OP.
And Miss D. Reed says, everyone in this situation is a jerk except for you. I am so sorry that happened. You made the right choice for leaving. And OP replies, I knew if I stayed, it would just be awkward and painful to sit through. All right, folks, it is coffee time. Grab your coffees of choice. I've got some coffee right here, and Amber has some coffee over there that
It's
looks
not
an awful
coffee.
lot like water.
No coffee. This is not coffee time. This is still tea time. I have tea.
Okay, it's tea time. Amber has tea. I just have to have coffee. And what's coffee other than tea of a different color? I don't know, of a different flavor. Well, I mean, what's the difference between coffee and tea? They
They
both
come from
are.
different parts of the plant.
Well, yes, I understand, but there's still an infusion of some kind of like people call herbal teas still teas, right? Why wouldn't coffee be like an herbal tea? That's my riddle for you. Amber's got her own riddle though.
Where was Solomon's temple?
Solomon's temple, well, that was, I believe, in Israel, and I mean that's if you say anything other than that, then you're wrong because this is a logical fact. I mean, it's in the Middle East.
At the side of Solomon's head.
I just spilled coffee on myself. Why, coffee, have you betrayed me? This was supposed to be our time. Why, joke book, have you betrayed me? All right.
See, you can't trust coffee.
Well, I can't trust it. The coffee was just upset by the joke, and I can't blame it. All right, folks, that's all the time we have for this Saturday morning special. I hope you're all having a great weekend so far. I hope everything's going splendid for you, amazingly. And I hope to see you all here tomorrow.
Bye.
I was on the brink of the tears. On the brink of the tears. That's right, Brian. The tears.